Good morning, students. Last time we went to Canterville Chase. All of you enjoyed meeting the Canterville ghost. It was funny and interesting too, isn't it? Today we are going to an old house on the outskirts of a small town in Kerala. The house has no electricity and is not well looked after. But our writer finds it is a perfect place to write his next novel. Vaikom Muhammed Basheer was born in 1908 and lived till 1994. He was a novelist and short story writer from Kerala. He was also a freedom fighter. His style of writing made him popular with both literary critics and readers, and his work has been translated into different languages all over the world. He was awarded the Padma Shree in 1982 and is thought to be one of the most successful writers from India. So, in this story, the speaker moves to a rented house in Kerala. The locals warn him that the house is haunted by a ghost named Bhargavi. The speaker does not take the warning very seriously. 2.5 months pass and he begins to forget about Bhargavi. Then one day something happens. Come on, let's read and find out. It must have been around 10 o'clock. I had been writing a story since 9. It was a highly emotional piece. I was writing feverishly when I felt the light from the lantern becoming gradually dimmer. I picked up the lantern and shook it. There was no kerosene in it, but I did not want to stop writing. All my attention was on the story I was writing. I continued writing as the light got dimmer and dimmer until finally it went out altogether. Now I needed some kerosene. I remembered that I could go to the bank and get some. My friends who worked at a bank lived in one portion of the building. I could borrow some kerosene from their stove. So I picked up the torch and the empty kerosene bottle, went downstairs, and locked the main door. Outside, there was misty moonlight and the sky was overcast. I walked fast. When I reached the front of the bank building, I called out to my friends. Soon one of them came down and opened a side gate. We then walked along the side of the building and climbed up the stairs. The three of them had been playing cards. When I told them I needed some kerosene, one of them laughed and said, "Couldn't you have asked Bhargavi to fetch you some kerosene?" I too laughed but did not say anything. While one of them was pouring out some kerosene from their stove, it started to rain. "I'll need an umbrella too," I said. "You think we own an umbrella?" laughed one of them. "Stay a while and play cards with us. You can go back when the rain stops." And so I sat down to play cards with them. But I couldn't concentrate. My mind was on the story I was writing. By the time it stopped raining, it was 1 o'clock. I picked up my torch and the bottle of kerosene. My friends got ready to go to bed. "Good night and thanks," I said and went down the stairs. They switched off the lights as I reached the road. There was no one on the road and no light. I walked along the deserted road by the light of my torch. I reached my house, opened the door, and went in. I had no reason to think that anything exceptional had happened downstairs. But I must tell you one thing. My mind was full of strange sadness for no reason whatsoever. I wanted to weep. I went upstairs, still feeling the deep sadness, and then I saw something unusual. I will narrate it as my subconscious has recorded it. When I had locked the door and gone for kerosene, the lamp had gone out completely because there was no oil in it. The room had been dark. Then it had rained for quite a while. It was more than 3 hours since I had left the house. But now I could see a light inside the room. I could see it through the chinks in the bedroom door. As usual, I took out my key. Then I focused the beam from my torch on the padlock. The lock gleamed like silver. Should I say the lock smiled in the light? I opened the door and went in. Then I saw the whole thing. My entire body jerked at what was happening. I didn't tremble with fear. I just stood there, stunned. I felt a kind of warmth go through me and I started to perspire. The entire room was illuminated with blue light. The light came from the lamp from 2 inches of blue flame. I stood there in amazement. Who had lit the lamp that had no kerosene? Where had the blue light come from? Students, isn't that very strange and scary? Could that have really happened? Could it be his imagination? But he saw the blue light and a 2 inches long flame. So it cannot be his imagination. He really saw it. Now, all of you hurry up and do the comprehension section given in your book, and after that, come to reference to context, that is, read the lines from the text and answer these questions. You can write your own answers, and if you have any difficulty, you can refer to the answers that I have shared with you. After you finish that, you have the answer in detail. So you have to write a little long answer for this and explain what you mean in your answers. And then we come to the grammar section where we are doing the conjunctions. Now, what are conjunctions? Conjunctions are joining words. Compound sentences have two or more main clauses which are joined using coordinative conjunction. Now, here are two exercises to help you understand it better. Then we come to the vocabulary section, and they have given you a phrase: pick at, pick on, pick out, pick over, pick off. They have given you the meaning and you have to apply it in the exercise given below. Then the last is the writing section. They have given you a letter to write to your friend. Students, you can read this sample letter and then frame your own letter to your friend and study daily with me. Regularly reading, writing, learning, speaking is very, very important. So, we meet very soon. Don't forget to like, share, and forward the videos to your friends. Okay? Love you. Bye.